We are making a headline, then keep writing.
And Jaggu only ate 3 idlis at Murugan's Idli place. An update on what's going on at the Olympics. Pistols are breaking. Diplomats are calling athletes ugly. And there are also now apps that let you know what your cat is feeling when it does. All of that make their way into this episode of So Far So Good. We are Jaggu and Tarana, and we apologize for our delay in coming to you. It's been a week because we've been very busy doing road trips. है ना Jaggu?
हम ना gallivant कर रहे थे. We were gallivanting, I tell you. Tarana, where were you off to? What are all these misty photographs you have sent me?
I have just basically gone till like Khandala, which is a little hill station outside of Mumbai, and the Western Ghats, which are like the mountains in Maharashtra, are beautiful in the rain because suddenly they're like covered in green, and every little trickle becomes a waterfall. So it's great fun, and it's been over 10 years, Jaggu, since I have driven on that highway and gone to Khandala, because Jaggu and I moved to Dubai, right? So it's been a while. So it was a great trip down memory lane. It was just my mother, me, a friend of mine, and we just went and chilled and watched the rain. So that was my road trip. And Jaggu has been on a far more interesting road trip because he has driven from Bengaluru all the way down to Chennai, and then has also gone to Pondicherry and driven back and not complained about his back.
This is no. I complained on the way there for valid reasons because my back was hurting. I've realized that there is in these automatic cars, I tell you, there is a way that I need to place my leg, which is not the same way as the car manufacturer expects me to place my left leg.
Were you trying to sit cross-legged and drive? Because automatic, so I will just, sort of do like this to the car.
So I needed to actually come close to doing that. So I'll tell you what, you're driving an automatic, so there is that sort of foot rest for your left leg, na? Because koi kaam nahi hai, so let it rest over there.
If you've not driven,
there,
dear viewer, 1 minute. If you've never driven an automatic car, there is no clutch. There is just the brake and there is the accelerator. There is no need for a clutch because there are no gears for you to sort of like use. It's just either drive or reverse or neutral or parking.
Fair
so Jaggu's left leg didn't know what to do with itself because there was no clutch.
So there is a foot rest that is very sweetly and conveniently provided by all car manufacturers. Please put your foot over there. Now, given my particular slip disc back problem situation, if I kept it in that position for too long, my entire leg would start hurting. So I discovered on the trip at some point that I need to sort of almost sit half cross-legged. So my left leg has to be sort of inwards, the knee has to be bent, pointing towards the gear shift. It's a little complicated, but I figured it out. The point is, it's about 6.5 hours, 7 hours driving time from Bangalore to Chennai. So we did that, split the driving between my wife and me. We stopped at Murugan Idli.
Yeah, we saw. On Instagram, you put up photos of Murugan Idli. Superb it is,
I did not know what it was until like my nephew told me when we planned the trip that whatever you do on your way to Chennai, stop at Murugan Idli shop.
Yeah.
It is a discovery for me. It's not a discovery for anybody else. It's world famous. But for me, it was an eye-opener. It was like...
How many idlis did you eat, Jaggu? We are very curious to know how many of those little fluff balls did you eat?
So I ate 2 ghee podi idlis. I ate 1 regular sada idli. And I had 1 uttapam, nice and crispy onion uttapam.
Very good.
So I discovered that. Please note that when I was driving back home, 5 days later on the same highway, I made the same stop.
Excellent.
And then I got some home also. All
very
that besides the point. So 2 nights in Chennai, absolutely beautiful. I actually have a picture of the first night that we were there. We went. We tried to see the sun. Not night. The morning before, we tried to see the sunrise.
But there was no sunrise.
It didn't work. Yeah, because the cloud cover was enormous. Can you believe this? What a photo it is.
It's beautiful.
I was so pleased. And there is no filter on this.
So is there sunset or sunrise or just random ocean photo?
It's dawn.
Oh, it's dawn. Oh, wow. Jaggu was woken up at like 4 in the morning.
No,
to see sunrise.
5:30.
5:30.
5:30 for sunrise at 5:53. There was no sun till 6:30. We went home.
Very good. But at least you got to see the ocean like this. No, we're very impressed with this ocean photo. Okay, tell us more.
There is no filter. There is no filter on this.
Okay, Jaggu sent us more photos. What is this grandfather clock?
So, Chennai happened for 2 days. Then we drove down to Pondicherry, which is a 2-hour ride, which is very peaceful. Now, Pondicherry, I was told, listen, it might be like, used to be a French colony or whatever, but understand that I was warned, thank God I was warned, that when you're driving in there, you're driving into a regular tier 2 small Indian town. And thank God I was told that, because I thought, chalo, Champs-Élysées dekh ke aate hain. There
I
was
see.
no such thing.
No, it's a
There was a
small little
regular-
town. Correct, but it
Yeah,
is beautiful.
regular market
Okay,
area
but-
we drove into. It's just that when you go there and you discover it, the French Quarter, the Tamil Quarter, this,
excuse
that, and
me.
the other.
Excuse me.
This was.
Yeah, because you're not
was-
showing us a French Quarter or buildings, you're showing us this grandfather clock.
No. So in the French Quarter, there are these quaint little hotels, and you've been there. All these
Yeah,
quaint
I
little hotels and places to hang out and have coffee, restaurants, and all of that. So food, and all lovely and all. Seafood, chakachak, very nice, excellent. Cannot complain. But you see all these quaint things. This is a grandfather clock. Now we've all seen grandfather clocks, but look at that pendulum.
Yeah, it's quite
It's
huge.
like a carved, intricate pendulum. It was
Let us try and
fabulous.
zoom.
Then we
Oh,
went,
it's carved.
yeah. Then we went.
Very
You?
nice.
And of course, when it sways, it looks even better. But this is a still photo.
Okay, now what is this? It's a carpet.
This 300-year-old velvet carpet
Okay,
with silver embroidery work on it,
excellent.
and it's at the back of a bar. So actually,
Yeah, it looks
so
like it's
we-
hung. It's
we
not on
were
the
this-
floor. It's not a carpet on
No,
the floor.
no. It's hung. It's hung. It's like it's got pride of place and things like that. So we're at this place called Le Duplé, which is not duplex, but it was Le Duplé was one of the French governors of Pondicherry when they were running the joint.
And it was
He did
well,
not stay at Raj Nivas or Governor's Hall or Governor's Palace or whatever, which is where he could have stayed.
he
It
chose to
seems
stay in
he
this hotel.
married- No, he ended up marrying a Goan girl. So he was not allowed to stay there.
Ah,
So he had to have his own pad, as it were.
okay,
That
very good.
pad was his residence, which is now a hotel, and it's absolutely fabulous.
And this is where the carpet is. Now you've also gone to Pondicherry, and we recognize this.
I have
this,
gone to Pondicherry. This is Maitri Mandir.
this is
so
that
you
gold
can-
golf ball looking mandir, which is
Yes,
inside
yes,
Auroville ashram.
So you go to Auroville, you walk down about a kilometer to see this, but
Hmm.
it's a worthy walk. It's hot
Yeah, it's
and
nice.
humid and all.
Did you go in and
Right
meditate, Jaggu? No.
No, you can't. Right now, you can't.
Okay. Oh,
Right now, you can't. And then, of course, we went around looking for food. There was a sushi restaurant. We did not eat sushi at Auroville, but we couldn't help but take this photograph, which is the wall of the sushi restaurant.
this is a
outside.
grandma eating sushi.
This is a grandma eating sushi, and if you look a little more closely, like there's like very intricate jewelry, earrings, and all of that she's wearing.
Ah, lovely,
It's
lovely,
damn
lovely.
cute.
It's very
We
nice.
literally stopped to take this photograph. It's fabulous.
Excellent.
Malaya.
Okay.
And then we drove back another 6 hours. I drove the full 6 hours, and when we got home from Auroville, let me tell you, to the hotel room, this was
This
on
was
my
waiting
bed.
for you.
I was so pleased, and it was actually a fresh towel and a fresh
Lovely.
napkin.
So
So
you
I
get-
did have to dismantle it at some point.
But so you
It was
get
very
excited.
sad.
You get excited by the animals that hotel people sort of create of
I
towels.
like
and all.
these
Very
little
good.
intricacies. I get excited by many
Lovely.
small things. Huh.
Lovely, lovely. In case people are wondering, oh Tarana, what did you do on your trip? I didn't actually do like any sightseeing because there's really nothing to do. All I can share with you is the rain ka photo. Okay? It's basically a video. This is a time lapse. This is the journey. This is shot for over 2 minutes, but it'll get over in 6 seconds. But it was this misty, and it was the clouds, and it was the rain, and it was beautiful. And on either side there were like waterfalls, etc. But we couldn't see anything because this is how it was.
Correct.
Yeah. And
So
the point
can I-
was to
can
take my mother out, and it was she had good fun. Sorry, Jagu. I have one more photo of Mataji looking very, very happy because she was like over the moon with joy about sitting on this particular item. Tada!
Hooray!
So this Ambi
Bachpan
Valley, and at
yaad aa
the
gayi.
back, yeah, at the back, she literally basically said, I said, Mummy, are you having fun? And she said, Bachpan ke din yaad aa gaye. And then she sang songs. So anyway,
Right.
so the idea was to take her out, and then she was quite pleased, and I'm pleased that we could do this. All right. That's what we've been up to. And we are back now. Thank you for everyone. So we put up a post and told you that we're going to take a little bit of time, and we're taking time off. We're very pleased with your response, which has been no, y'all chill, y'all please have fun. You also need to rest. We have the best viewers in the entire world. Give yourself a thumbs up. Ooh, if you like
Yeah.
our video right now, it's for you. So like.
Yes, like it, comment. If you have anything to say about the photographs, if you have any personal experiences with Lonavala, Ambi Valley, Chennai,
Pondicherry.
Auroville, Pondicherry, we'd like to know. We want to know your experiences also.
We also want to know your what has been your most like fun road trip. Also, your most recent road trip. It's been a while since I went on a road trip, so like a decade. I said decade, right? So how long has it been since your last road trip? What have you been doing? We'd really like to know in the comments. Quickly, let us catch up on what's going on in the world of news. Okay, so Olympics on. The last episode we did, we had Rahul Rawat, who was a journalist who was talking to us about India's medal hopes. He was right. Mirabai Chanu, you rock. You managed to get a silver for India. Yay. Also, the shooters have not had a good time. We expected many, many medals from them. They haven't had a good time. But poor Manu Bhaker, yeah. So, Manu Bhaker, 10-meter air pistol, had the weirdest thing happen. Her pistol has all pistols have a little clocking lever or locking lever, and that broke. Okay, so I have an image of.
And that's not like. Her coach has said himself that it's incredibly rare for that to happen.
It is.
Look, it's a mechanical device. Malfunctions can happen, but
okay. So this is Manu Bhaker. That's the pistol that she uses. Okay, so it's little bit big, and this is what a pistol looks like. The cocking lever, sorry, not locking, but cocking lever. That metal item broke. Okay, what's been circled?
Yeah,
and she had to waste, I don't know how much time, 17 minutes repairing this, and uske baad some electric circuit or electronic circuit also failed. So bottom line, this is what happened. She had basically 60 minutes. So every shooter is given 1 hour and they have to do 75 shots. Okay. Of which she had done 16 and uske baad that lever broke. And then they sat and repaired it, and it took about 17 minutes, which can totally play havoc with your mind. Because you're like, oh my God.
Because then you lost time.
Yeah, they don't wait, because even though it was a genuine thing, like my pistol is broken, the Olympic rules are like, shit happens. So, like get on with it. So poor thing at the end had 38 minutes and 44 like shots to take. And she did bloody well, because she did, I think she got like 99, 98, whatever, very, very high and perfect hundreds and all that in the next few. But unfortunately, the lost time cost her, and she ended up coming 12th, and only the top 10 sort of move on to the big rounds. Manu Bhaker, like tough luck, but a metallic like cocking lever on your gun breaking is not something that you can anticipate or like do anything about.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, they didn't service their pistol. Like she's being accused of like, तुमने ख्याल नहीं रखा आपके आइटम में से आपका ये जो टूल है and आपका ये जो
you were throwing it around.
Yeah, like No.
She was practicing in the air. You were celebrating a wedding. No. Clearly not. This is at the Olympic level. This is the highest standard that you get. You take care of your equipment, period. Otherwise, stuff like this will happen. So you're doubly careful.
Yeah. So anyway, there's still some like shooting finals to happen. So let's see, keeping our fingers crossed. But
fingers crossed.
Back to apni Mirabai. So Mirabai won the silver. The lady who won the gold in that 49 kilo category, she is from China, and the Chinese embassy in Sri Lanka has been trending because they sort of ended up calling their own medal winner ugly.
Yeah, but they didn't. Well, they were making accusations that someone else was using ugly photos.
Yeah, Jagu, get the story. Explain to people who may not be following the Chinese embassy in Sri Lanka, because we follow everything.
A lot of us are not. So they have Reuters, international news organization. Of course, they're covering the Olympics. There's a bunch of photos and articles that they're writing practically every day. The Chinese embassy in Sri Lanka has accused them of finding and using ugly photos of top-class Chinese athletes, saying that, they're basically pointing fingers that you could have used better ones, and you're not, what is the word that they used? You're not unbiased.
You're not unbiased, and no, you're being political and bringing politics into sports.
You're
Like,
purposely using these kind of pictures when there are other pictures available. To be fair, there are other pictures available.
the thing is, basically, the Chinese embassy did not call the athlete ugly, but has said it shows how ugly you are because you are using these photos. And so then the Twitterati have chadowed on the Chinese embassy saying, we didn't think there was anything wrong with the photo. And it just shows like effort and grit on the face of the athlete, but you use the word ugly and now you're the one who's ugly. Anyway, now in their defense, both Jaggu and I...
It was that. It was that.
Yeah.
I mean, there was photos of grit.
Okay, wait. This is why it's been highly controversial, okay? This is what Reuters has put up. China's Hu wins 49 kilo weightlifting gold at Tokyo Olympics. If you see this photo, it looks like Hu is under a lot of stress and may look like she is, I don't know, crying. Okay. So they said, why did you have to use this photo? The thing is, a lot of other publications use the same photo, but what Reuters has done is they've cropped this photo. Now, if you look at it, this is a close-up. Okay. This is the photo when you download that particular article. This is the photo. What the actual photo is this moment.
There you go.
This is when she had lifted the weight.
Where are the weights? Yeah, where are the weights in the photo?
Correct. So we are on the side of the Chinese embassy in Sri Lanka because it's correct. If you show this, you're like, whoa, this 49 kilo girl has picked up this really heavy weight. And of course, you would have that effort on your face. But if you just show this, she looks like she's
weak
looks
and she's upset at winning the gold medal.
Correct. So then they have said, in our defense, we are not calling her ugly, but see, Reuters has put this lovely photo of this white person, okay, swimming. And another lovely photo of a taekwondo athlete, okay. And what they have done for us, this is CNN, the next day, gold for China and more COVID-19 cases.
Just report on the Olympics, da.
They are, na? Like, I think the Western
Make it two separate articles, da.
Yeah. So, like, we hear enough about, like, Western media is painting our country in a bad light. We hear a lot of it these days in India. But, I mean, the Chinese embassy to be annoyed about, the selection of certain photographs by Western media for their athletes looks a little bit justified.
China won gold. Full stop. COVID, more cases, this, that, and the other is happening. The US is also reporting more cases. Add that also to the headline. Na? China won gold and more COVID-19 cases, comma, along with the US. Likh lena. You're making a headline, then keep writing.
And Jaggu only ate 3 idlis at Murugan's Idli place.
Yeah. And they're fabulous.
Quick reminder, if you're with us so far, please like the video, talk to us in the comments. What are you still following in the Olympics? Do you think PV Sindhu is going to get a medal? Anything. Chat with us in the comments. We always reply. Please subscribe. Please turn that bell icon on. It really helps us. We've crossed 500. Yay, very excited. Thank you. But we need to reach like 1,000 only. Then we'll be like sort of counted as a bona fide YouTube channel. So please join us and share.
We'd like to reach 1 million.
Yeah.
But one step at a time.
One step at a time. Halfway there, 1,000 के बाद थोड़ा और, फिर 2,000, फिर 10,000. होगा, आप होना हमारे साथ, but please, and share with like-minded people. Okay. Typically, we like to end the episode with an animal story, but this is like a really fun animal story. Okay. There is a Canadian animal health technology company.
As there should be.
Yeah. Canadian animal health technology company that has developed an app that can basically tell you whether your cat is feeling pain by using a smartphone sort of camera. Okay. So your camera, you sort of zoom in on your cat, and what the app does is it uses AI and they look at a cat's ear and head position, eye narrowing, muzzle tension. I don't know if your cat is doing sort of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That and by the whisker movement. So a cat's whiskers, I don't know, being erect or like this, or I don't know. How the whiskers change to detect distress. They've said AI has helped, and they believe that this tech is going to do wonders for not only the the vets. So like senior vets, by sheer experience of having dealt with many cats, can tell if a cat is in distress or just being moody and catty. But like new vets may find it difficult because they don't have the experience to
Correct.
sort of look. But it's I don't know. I do have an image. Now you tell me whether it is looking little bit bona fide or not.
That cat is looking very rested.
The cat is just looking cat-like, isn't it? Like I'm now sleepy.
Yeah.
That little image coming up on top of the in the app is a bit funny. Click on it to learn what the result means. Not quite
I
sure,
see.
but this is what the app looks like. It's called Tably. Okay. And then there are
Oh, okay.
questions, and they have questions. Does it have rapid breathing, shortness of breath? Apparently, it's going to work marvelously. The only problem with all these apps that claim to sort of interpret what your animal is thinking or feeling, they can never be verified, no, Jaggu?
Yeah, how do you check with a cat?
Yeah,
Or I guess you wait 5 minutes to see what the cat does next. If it scratches you, if it goes to sleep, if it starts eating, then you can double check in hindsight whether the app was right, that the cat was angry, that the cat was like sleepy, that the cat was hungry. I guess that's one way to do it. I have a question.
yes.
Is version 2.0 of this app going to be applicable for humans? Because my God, I need one of those.
Jaggu, humans are easy enough to read.
No, sometimes I can't. Yeah.
You don't need an app to sort of read. You can also ask.
Yeah, you can
people,
read.
but then they lie.
Oh,
Then they
no,
lie.
No.
Then
It's
they
not
lie.
also do you lie. Because once you open that floodgate, it's like, are you upset? If the answer is yes, the next immediate response, you can't just turn around and say okay and walk off. Nah. You have to say why. And once that floodgate opens, that person could be upset at you.
Correct.
I don't want to know. I want the app to tell me in advance so I can avoid the conversation altogether.
That's
I
quite
need the
clever.
app.
Oh, you're looking very nice. May I take a photo? And then subtly use the app, take the photo, and then immediately it makes that face around you
Yeah.
and tells you. All right. So the Canadian animal health technology company should also work on human, facial expression
2.0,
detections.
2.0, let's do it.
2.0. If you think you would use an app like that and whether you are good at reading people or not, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, turn that bell icon on, and share with like-minded people. And most importantly, please look after yourself. Cases are rising again. Keep that mask on. That Delta variant is very, very scary. वो दूसरी बात है that we are choosing not to discuss it because too much COVID fatigue is happening.
Too much.
But look after
Yeah.
yourselves. Please look after yourselves.
Sanitize.
Yeah, and wear that mask. And stay happy and have a good weekend. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye, butterfly.